What's up, guys? And hello to everybody. This is Victor with JMass Lighting. Guys, today is Friday, May 22nd, 2020. Welcome once again. This is our 8th week of our series of Facebook's live streams titled Light Up the Future. Guys, we're excited as the quarantine is soon to be over. Some states are starting to open up public places, right? Let's just make sure that, we continue to take the necessary precautions if you do go out, right? Thanks to all the men and women out there performing their essential jobs in spite of the pandemic. I just want to, my hats off to these people. And so currently, I'd like to introduce our panel to you guys. We have, I'll go from order of my screens here. I have Chris from Sonido Live. Chris, how are you, brother? Welcome.
Hi.
And we also have DJ Mike, our very own DJ Mike in the building. And Mike, thank you so much for your presence, sir.
I'm here.
And we also have Maria Cecilia Waincuff. I hope I said it right, better known as DJ Precisa in the building.
Hola, ¿cómo
How are
están?
you? Thank you for being here. And, we're excited to be here, guys. If you guys don't know, we have a wealth of knowledge, wealth of information here on this panel. We got Chris, the front line of Sonido Live, right? He's their master tech. This guy will handle sales. Make sure that you contact him for any JMass lighting deals directly. He would be more than happy to help you. One thing I like about these guys is that these guys go the extra mile. Like these guys will throw in, some incentives into your package so that you could, be happy with your purchase. And what can I say about DJ Mike, you guys, right? In case you guys didn't know, DJ Mike brings a wealth of information as well as knowledge to the table. He's been in the industry for over 30 years. Some of us weren't even born when he was out there carrying around the techniques and all that stuff. So, we want to welcome him, and, a little more about him is today he's a YouTube phenomenon. He puts great content. Make sure you check out his channel, right? DJ Mike Eventos. And the cool thing about DJ Mike too is that he's also out there doing gigs. Like he's not just telling you about lights based on the way it looks. He's telling you about all this product based on his personal use and things that he does with all this product. So Mike, thank you so much, sir, for your presence. And what can I say? We got DJ Precisa in the building. Guys, in case you guys didn't know, she's originally from Chile. And for many years, this lady right here, this girl right here, she was the resident DJ at the Marriott in Santiago, Chile, where she handled many of the resort's events. Now,
Oh no. Really? Victor.
I think we lost audio, Victor.
In the middle of my presentation, okay? So like this. Now I live in the United States.
Okay, well, today, we're going to talk about the Hybrid 230. I want to welcome each and every one of you. Victor is probably unfreezing himself. He got frozen. So we got Chris in the building. Chris is going to show us. Chris is in the showroom, I guess. That showroom right there, we built it in about a week and a half. In that showroom, one of the fixtures that is like the top of the cake is the ATTCO Hybrid 230s. So if you can show us a little bit, Chris,
Sure.
what this unit does.
We have our wash effect.
Okay.
We have our beam effect. And one of my favorite is the dual prism.
This unit has a prism, has a double prism, and also has one of the things that people like a lot. It has the rainbow effect. So let me ask Precisa. Hello, Precisa. How would you use some of these units in your show?
I generally, when I use lights, is for weddings. So I will use it with DMX probably, and kind of match with the colors of the venue. and on the trust. Generally, I don't ever put like a big trust in the shows right now, because my weddings are like a small, not that big, like I see in this video. But I will do it like in the trust, like a stand trust, and yeah, use it with DMX. Hello.
Okay, so the ATCO Beam 230, which is the unit that we're featuring today. This unit has a feature called Totem Mode. So basically, you can get two columns of truss, like the ones I have in the back, or pretty much, any column that you might have, and put the units on top of it. These units have Totem Mode, which means if you have only two units will do the job for you. So they come pre-programmed for people that have no DMX, or they just want to do the thing, they set up really, really quick. You put the units on a totem and they will do the crisscross for you. So basically, they're not going to be shooting all over the place. They're not going to be shooting in the back. They're not going to shoot on the sides. You will decide where the point or the target is, okay? So Totem Mode, it's about 4 different modes where you can do the crisscross of the units, and they will point the show right on the dance floor. So that is super, super cool.
This is super
Totem
dope.
Mode.
Yeah. Oh my God. I didn't know that. That's amazing. I never
Yeah,
had
so
this video before.
So basically, you don't have to be a master in DMX to operate these units. These units with the Totem Mode, you can open up the show, or you can point it straight at the dance floor. One of those hotels that you get because the customer got the little room, you don't want it to spread like an eagle. So Totem Mode, one of the modes that it has is that it closes the windows, and it just gives you the show right on the dance floor. And that is with no DMX.
This is awesome. I love it.
It is pretty
Thank you.
awesome. Another thing, bam! This
Get it a little closer. Little closer. All right.
this is a transmitter. This is a transmitter, proprietary systems from JMAS. This transmitter, you will hook it to your interface, and that send the signal to the moving heads, because our moving heads are wireless. They can operate on a wireless system. So basically, is this unit and this unit, both of them have the antenna built in, okay? So they will receive the signal from the transmitter, and you do not need to run cables on these units. How cool is that?
Awesome. I love it. I need one of those. Send me two.
basically, you do not need two, because the way this thing works is a transmitter. So this unit will transmit the signal and just blow it up, and the mover will pick up the signal. So if you get 5 units, 7 units, 9 units, each and every one will work with just one transmitter. So
No, she was saying 2 lights, Mike.
2 lights.
Right, Precisa?
2
Saying,
lights.
send me 2 lights.
No. 4. 4 is better than 2.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so basically, one transmitter can take over any number of receivers.
So
that's right.
That's kind of dope.
I mean, look, the way I've got them right now is I have the D24. This is the JMAS wireless. This is the analog, the manual DMX controller that we normally use for the Parcans, the wireless Parcans, the battery Parcans. But I've got it manually set up wirelessly, controlling the Beam 230s in the back, and You know, some of the cool things is you can access some of the different features on them. You know, like you could do, like right now, I can mess with the pan and the tilt, right? Like channel one will do, you know, pan, right? And then channel three will do my tilt. So that's, you know, and this is all through wireless. The only thing that I have plugged into them is the power plug. And so it's very cool because for demonstration purposes, you know, something like this allows you to go through all of the different gobos. You can go through the different colors, the color wheel, right, and things like that. Now, another cool thing about the ATTCO Beam 230 is that it has 9 built-in programs. So 9 built-in programs that you can use them when you put them up on a totem. Like when you're DJing, you can have 2 totems, one on the left, one on the right, and you can
Mhm.
sort of have the one of the 9 different shows working for you. And the beauty is that you can use the built-in shows because it's a quick setup. You know, you're in and out of that different places, and you know, that's pretty cool about that. But they're very, very high tech as far as the DMX channeling goes. I mean, they got a 14 and a 16 DMX channel. Question for you, Precisa: do you prefer like DMX programming? Are you the type of DJ who wants to like just set them down, let them do their job, and then focus on your music mixing, or are you also into like light programming and things like that?
I would like to have my own program set up instead that has the DMX because I've been having some issues sometimes with the DMX. So I rather to have individual lights working with their own what is it,
Yeah,
transmitter. So yeah, I think it's a great idea. It's more like comfortable. It's easy to transport, and you don't have to be doing all this, setup with the DMX. And if you have any problem with one, it's mess everything. So I think it's great to have this.
absolutely. I mean, I know from a DJ Mike's perspective, you know, he's a master at DMX programming. So, you know, I'm sure, Mike, you prefer, right, creating your scenes, creating your own shows based on different genres you play. Is that how you normally set up your lighting? Like when you're playing merengue, cumbia, and you got the EDM music going on? Is that how you program your light scenes based on genres?
Absolutely. So when you're a programmer, you start basically doing you do what you need. So basically, like exactly like you just said, I have a program called La Hora Loca, Crazy Hour. So obviously, Crazy Hour programming is going to be a lot different than, let's just say, like a love song. A love song will just take something smooth, something like this, something that will give you like a low BPM
Right.
kind of show. And then let's say you have like the you said the BPM. Well, this will be more like it. More movement, more a little bit more violence, a little bit more uh, presence of the lights. So yes, the music has a lot to do with the way you program the lights. But but there's two things with JMAS. This thing that Precisa just find out. I mean, you use one of this and basically set it and forget it. The units will pick up the signal, and basically you're on. As
Yeah, and
easy
and
as
you
that.
can have many lights just with one.
Yes, one
Yeah.
transmitter, one transmitter, and as many receivers as you want. Now, some people will say, well, that's a lot of money. No, 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 no. The
No.
units, the movers are already receivers. Each and every one is already a receiver. The only thing you need is just one transmitter.
Exactly. Oh, that's a good.
And that will basically turn any DMX controller into a wireless DMX controller. That's the beauty about that.
Exactly.
Basically,
How many is the maximum that you can how many maximum lights you can have it with one receiver?
As many as you need for one show. Let's say you have 20 movers, you can move every single one of them with just one receiver. Actually, there's not a limit. The transmitter
Okay.
is just transmitting the signal. You know, the moving head is receiving it. So basically, you're not limited to a certain number of units.
Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot better what I thought.
Hey, and so, I wanted to ask Chris, I mean, you guys from a retail perspective, right? What do you guys see from potential customers when they come to see you guys at the store, or they call you, or they email you, or through the website? What do they mainly ask for? Because one thing I've noticed is that a lot of DJs don't really know what to do with lighting. You bring them into a showroom like the one you guys have, and you see these guys going like, oh man, like what about these? What about those? What about these over here? Next thing you're going through all the different lights, and now they're more confused than they were before they walked in. So what do you see? Like, what do you recommend?
So there's actually a difference. There's actually a difference of customers that come. There's big guys. There's guys that are barely starting, and there's people in the middle. The most common question once they come in is they want something to light up a quinceañera or a house, but their concern is the electricity. These are big, so that once they see them big, their concern is electricity, the voltage. Is it gonna hold? Not only that, but it's also their budget.
And so,
I'm sorry?
Oh my God, no, really?
no, go ahead.
Okay. It's also their budget, but most likely we start them off with the JMAS 40 Fusion. Because they're not ready for something big yet. They don't want something big. They don't want to go all out yet. So they want to start something small. So we start them off from the 40 Fusion, and then maybe we go to the Spot 100s. So it just depends on their taste. It just depends on their events.
Absolutely. I mean, with 230 watt discharge bulb, Mike, what would you say that a 15 amp circuit can handle based on the specs of these lights right here?
Okay, some time ago, I did the unboxing and I did the review on these units. They're on my channel. If you go to YouTube, you can look for DJ Mike Eventos, and you will find that I use four units in just one breaker. 4 units, one breaker, and on the same breaker, obviously I had the office, which means the computer and the interface. So basically, my 4 units, a computer and the interface were working off of the same exact breaker. So I also have a bar right here that has a measure unit. If I remember correct, we were working at 2.4 amps per unit. So basically 4 units, one breaker, and you're on.
Okay, so 4 units. Nice.
Yeah. Easily.
Okay. Hey, and so, the next thing that I wanted to find out was, when it comes to light fixtures, Precisa, do you look at a light and then you go, oh, maybe I can use this at one of my setups? Or do you normally get ideas and you go, I want to be able to, because I'm trying to get a perspective, obviously, from a performer like yourself, what kind of things do you look for in a light? Like, do you go out looking for a light, or do you just wait for lights to come out and then you go, oh, I like that light? Is there anything specifically like a beam, a pattern, a wash light? Is there anything specifically you look for in a light when you go out and you set out to go look for a light?
Yeah, I mean, the variety of colors is something that I like it too. The effects, um, this is what I'm looking. But I generally like I set everything at home before I go into do like a big performance or a wedding, for example, where I have to set up my lights, and I kind of like study what I'm gonna do over there before I go into performance.
I see.
So so yeah, I would like to have more options. I see that you have more options right now, and I need to send your the lights because I remember you told me that we need to update it. But yeah, I still need more information for like what I had right now because it's a little limited. I think I have like a for DMX and it has four functions. Remote and what I said I had it here sono active sound and yeah DMX and yeah and remote control, so it's like just a little things that I have right now. I would like to have
Absolutely.
more. Yeah.
So you'd like an update. You'd like to update and revise your setup to bring it up to
Yes,
more
I would like
modern,
to.
right?
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So you'd like to basically update your setup to bring it up to more current standards.
Yes, yes,
Mm,
yes, yes. It, really, this is what I'm looking for. And I told you before too about this, and I really want to have like a big, nice setup of lights and
Yeah.
like impressive, and more for the people see how beautiful the lights are and are from Jesma's lighting. Not everybody has a lot of options, and you have a lot of options. So I
Absolutely.
think I think
And
it's important that the people know what kind of different lights we have and what we can provide to the people, to the DJs, and for the regular people too.
totally, totally. So, Chris, now, I mean, do you know, when, for example, obviously, you guys are an authorized JMAS retailer. What are some of the things you personally look for when it comes to let's just say we offered you a new light, for example, right? Hey, Chris, here's a brand new fixture. We think you should carry it. What are some of the things you look for in a light specifically? Like, for example, if you look at my background, I have the frost filter, right? The frost filter is a nice feature on these lights. A lot of people like it because it just, you could take it from like a sharp beam, like the ones you have in your background, right, to a really nice, soft frost filter, like the one that DJ Mike uses during the dance, during the wedding dance, during the father-daughter dance. So, what are some of the things you look for specifically in a light when things like that happen?
My first thing to look in a light is the size, because not always I'm gonna be having someone to help me, someone to load them, to hang them. It's always a size. It's always a weight, because sometimes we struggle. We cannot do this alone. I'm pretty sure DJ Mike has helpers, and the more the better, the more the faster he finishes thing up. So my thing in a light would be the size and the weight.
Size and weight. How about any other built-in functions? So would the built-in functions be secondary to you in that case?
Yes, built-in functions. Like the 230
Okay.
is one of my favorite lights. It's actually perfect size. It's doesn't weigh that. It doesn't weigh that much. I could carry. I could load it by myself. And the thing that I look in the light is the double prism. It's one of the things that it's you get the word wow from a person, from a customer, and it's just like sold. Once they
Absolutely.
double prism, sold. Give me two, give me four.
Absolutely. The cool thing about this one is one particular light, you could go from like a beam, there's a 16 facet prism and then there's a 24 facet prism. Let me kind of show you a little bit about what I'm talking about here. This right here would be, let's see here. Okay, so that's a rotating gobble. Let me go over and see if I could show you that would be the beam, so that would be a 16 facet prism. And then from this point forward, we'll get into that's a frost filter. Okay. So that would be a 16 facet prism right there. Um, Mike, I had a question for you. I know that a lot of people, when they look at the ATTCO Beam 230, the question a lot of people ask is that a 7R? Like, what kind of comparison do people make between this and like a 7R light? I mean, the term, the description 7R, right? The technical description 7R has existed for years. Um, Tell us about how this is different from, like your average 7R. I mean, I know size right off the bat. I can tell you the 7Rs are like, big and heavy and probably put out less brightness than these do. But what would your opinion be?
Okay, here comes my 4 minutes. I'm gonna take over. Uh, there's a lot of bad misconceptions about the 7Rs and the 5Rs and the Rs. This is a 230. It's 230 watts of pure power. Now, like you said, and you mentioned and you showed it, this unit, I want to give you some pointers. Pointer number one, this unit, there's a whole lot of units out there, very, very complicated with many, many different channels or different channel modes. This one works at 14 or 16. So right there, right then, it's a very, very unit usage. It's a unit easy to use. 14 channels, 16 channels. Bam, you're on. Now the beam and the frost, I'm going to show you right now how cool this is. It goes from a beam to, maybe I'm hitting the camera right on the lens. I'm going to go here and I'm going to show you this.
Mike, you have all the cool stuff. You have all the cool stuff with you over there. I'm jealous.
Well, it's a little bit of part of what I do. So it goes from a beam, very, 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 very tight beam, to a super wide, very wide angle. So that is one of the things that I like the most, the beam and the frost, because when you use the frost, you can watch any dance floor. So a wedding, that they were planning for years and years and years, you don't want them dancing on a dark dance floor. So this will fit. See, 2 units will paint any dance floor. You can even go 4 units, and that will be crazy. Now the double prism, like Chris mentioned, the double prism is just crazy. It makes it a bigger unit. Now this unit is not big and it's not heavy. So basically, to me, it's a perfect unit. And the power consumption that Chris mentioned, it's only 2.4. 2.4. So basically, you can have 4 units and do not be afraid of a peak, because the bay sometimes pulls a lot of power. 4 units on one circuit and you're on. Last but not least, I'm going to show you this unit. It has the beam reducer. So that is the biggest beam. It's going to be hard for the camera to catch it. We have a reduction and a laser-like little tube of light. Those, when you're cutting through the smoke, oh my God, those are cool.
Absolutely. And so, I mean, it's crazy, but I didn't mention this in the beginning of the live stream, but we also, the people that are watching us now, we want them to go ahead and take the time to comment. I want to be able to address some of the comments here. Let me know for whatever reason I cut out, right? But we have Rene Ramirez Guerra. He says, "Saludo amigos." DJ Ernie, Herix Siracha says, "Que ondas, Victor?" Arthur Brannigan, always plugging in. Arthur, thank you, buddy. He says he likes the wireless transmitter. We have Emmanuel Mendez. He says that Emmanuel Mendez says that there's a different brand that comes with great built-in programs. Absolutely. Emmanuel Mendez says he says that I guess there's other brands who always have great live shows and movements, and he's glad that JMax is better focused on that perspective. Arthur Brannigan says the ATTCO Beam 100 lit up an entire gymnasium at the prom with no problem.
Wow.
DJ Akis Esteban Del Rio says, "What's up, guys?" Arthur Brannigan again says different rooms have their own character, so different lights could make it pop in different ways. So we want to thank you guys for taking the time to comment. If you have any questions specifically for any one of us, DJ Precisa, DJ Mike, Chris over at Sonido Live. Uh, Chris, share with us some of the places where people can reach out to you guys, whether it be Instagram, YouTube, email addresses, and phone numbers and things like that.
It could be Facebook, Instagram. Right now, we are gonna work on a YouTube channel. So from there, you can follow us and you can see the specs of the 230, the specs of any other light, JMAT speakers, anything we sell. So for now, it's just Facebook and Instagram, and then direct phone.
Awesome. Woo!
Perfect. Mike,
One of the
anything
things
else you
that
yeah.
one of the things that JMAS is doing, and we've been saying it throughout every single transmission that we've done, JMAS has been looking to give you a better value for the dollar you're spending. This unit, a lot of other units have the UV function. Well, UV is very, very, very weak. On JMAS, as it's 230, the ATTCO Beam 230, the UV is very, very powerful. We have it at Sonido Live. You can go see them live. You can go see them before you buy them. But the UV on this light is very, very powerful. Now the colors is not just the regular RGBWs. This one has a wide variety of colors, and it has some really, really cool violets. It has some really, like I said, the UV is very powerful. 4 of these units will do any Halloween party. And it also has the amberage, if you ever do weddings and stuff. So size, power, punchiness, ease of use. It only has 2 channel modes. It has 14 and 16 channels. So basically you don't have to break your head thinking, okay, how am I gonna use it? So it's basically, Victor, listen to this. It's the perfect moving head.
Absolutely, Mike. I don't know if you can see the UV in my background, but that happens to be the UV function on it, and it's got a star shape right now. That's one of the gobos. I'll put it up on the wall here so you guys can see it. But look how strong that thing cuts through the room, and I can tell you it goes all the way down the hallway.
Now this unit, PRECISA. When you buy this unit, you buy it as a beam. So you're very, very happy because the beam, it will always be the center of attention of any lighting rig. So right there, we're cool. Okay, it's a beam. But then, bam, JMS hits you with something better. This beam also has gobos. And these gobos, you can project them on the wall, and it also has the focus function. So basically, you get a wall that's 100 feet away, you put a gobo on it, and you focus it. When you do that, you can almost get a Sharpie and draw the gobo on the wall, take it back, hit it back again, and it will hit it on the same place. So this, not only being a beam, I'm running the gobo wheel right now. This is the gobo wheel. It has plenty of gobos that you can pick from, and also once you pick a gobo, prism it, double prism it, and then roll to. So basically, I already said it once. I'm gonna say it again. It's just the perfect unit.
Yeah, I agree with
It's
you,
amazing.
Mike. I agree with you.
Yeah.
You know what? We were at DJ Expo, and that's where I met DJ Precisa. She came by, said hi. Remember that? And we took a walk through her sponsor Bose, and we lit up their booth very nicely for the rest of the show. And so I think that was very cool. And also there was a guy there, he's a retail customer of ours. He saw the Beam 230s. He fell in love with them right then and there. He's been in the industry
I
for over
think
15.
he was texting today in my boss. He's the one that represent the brand. So he was like, I need one of those.
Absolutely. And so, this guy, fell in love with the Beam 230s. And I had a quick conversation with him, and I asked him, like, what was it about the Beam 230 that he fell in love with? And very simple, he said it's unlike anything I've ever seen before. And I've been in the industry for a really long time. And so, there's he says it's hard to describe exactly what it is. He said, but the ATTCO Beam 230 is just its size. Like, guys, it's only 19 inches by 14 by 14. So it's a small light, and it only weighs 28 pounds. And he says, I couldn't believe that you were getting this much power out of a fixture that small. And he goes, and the beauty is go ahead, Mike. Go ahead. I know you got a thought. I want you to share it with us.
Yeah, yesterday when I was doing my homework to do the show, we don't just put them out there, like, oh, let's do that. No, I did a little bit of homework with these units. I was very, very, very much afraid that it wasn't gonna come out as nice looking as it is right now, because this unit, it's very powerful to be in this. This isn't a big room, it's just a medium-sized room, and this is just powerful enough. And I was very afraid that it was gonna overpower the camera. Right now it's looking good, but there's another story that we have, Victor. A guy that came from far, far away. We're not gonna name cities, all right? So he came from very, very far away. He saw the show, and he's like, I love everything. I like this one. I like that one. I like this one. But then he goes, those, what are those? And someone helped them. And they said, well, it's the ATTCO Beam 230. And he goes, you know what? I'll take 24. So we were like, okay, DJs take 2, 4. Crazy people like me take 8, maybe. But he's like, nah, I want 24. Remember that, Victor?
Yep. Are you talking about Nam?
Yeah, well, let's just not give names, But he was so much in love with the unit that he bought a whole lot of them like that.
Absolutely. And I think, and and there was, at this show that you're talking about, Mike, everybody was there. Every light company was there. But out of everything, he chose the ATTCO Beam 230. This guy dropped thousands of dollars, no problem. And, and so that's one of the things I tell you guys. I've seen a lot of lights in the industry myself. And one of the things that I would say is everybody, I think everybody, yeah, everybody's goal, I think, as a DJ, as a performer, I think that their target is always the ATTCO Beams 230, or what they like to call the 7R. Ultimately, that's what they would like to have, right? But because of pricing, because of the weight, because of its size, because of its power, right? If the power was unlimited, like the power consumption, like the amount of power you get per 15 amp output, if that was unlimited, if the weight was not an issue, if the price was not an issue, then I think ultimately everyone would love to have the Beam 230s. And that's kind of why the ATTCO 100s exist, right? Because they do what they do very well. But ultimately, I think this is like the target. Like, this is what people want to have. You know what I mean? And I think for JMAS to do it different and better than the rest of the industry is such an amazing thing. And not just that, like I was telling you, I've had experience with lighting in the past, but I noticed that a lot of companies, because they have either a bigger market share, because of the brand, whatever it is, they want to charge you an arm and a leg for a fixture like this, right? Sonido Live, I want you to share with us, what kind of pricing you guys have on these lights, if any of our viewers wanted to contact you and ask you more information about these.
The price that we sell online or on the store?
Yeah, what kind of online pricing do you guys have?
Currently, I believe they're $1,000 each. But I mean, if you come to the store and you talk to me or Josh, you get, I think, the case and two lights for $2,000. So basically, you get the case for free.
Nice. So you guys are throwing in
Free case, a beautiful black shiny case. You would not see this case somewhere else. It's a beautiful case.
This
Very
is
cool.
a case that has a carbon fiber texture to it. Allow me to cut in. Let me just say this: once this virus, stays behind us, I want to invite anyone in the LA area, Orange County area, to come and see us at Sonido Live. It's the world famous 11th Street, and we have a showroom. Right now, the camera doesn't do justice because the trust circle, and we have every type of fixture for every type of budget. Let's say you want to start small, we have them. Want to start medium, we have them. But whenever you want to move on to the big leagues, the ATTCO Beam 230s, we have them at Sonido Live. I'm pretty sure if our guest DJ, if she ever comes to our booth, oh my gosh, she will be like, I want it all. Everything.
Yeah,
that,
I've been.
everything in Sonido Live is
Everything.
I
I
was part of the design of that room. Chris was always helpful, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful showroom. There's another one coming up in LA, and we have a it's a big secret right now. There's another one coming up that's gonna blow you away. But anyways, if you live in the LA area, Orange County area, come to world famous 11th Street and come to Sonido Live. Talk to Chris, talk to Josh, and they will help you out. Victor.
Absolutely. So if you guys want to know more, their contact information should be on our screen. And let's see here. So we got DJ Akis wants to know where's his t-shirt at. Oh, hey, it's right here. So we'll definitely reach out to your brother Esteban. We'll make sure that we get one out to your brother. Thanks for asking. And so guys, besides some of the built-in functions, I mean, things people know, right? The 12 colors, right? A color wheel with 12 colors, 16 static gobos, right? 16 24 facet prism. And the really cool thing about this is that you can also adjust the speed and the direction, right? You can also combine the prisms as well as, right? You can combine prisms as well as control their speed and direction independently. It's perfect for any light show. The electronic focus from 2.5 to 30 meters is ridiculous, right? The double blade shutter for dimming, strobe, and pulse effects, it's ridiculous. The feedback for pan and tilt movement correction is phenomenal too. And so with 28 pounds, you guys, I think that the ATTCO Beam 230, I love the frost filter on these things. It's just so amazing. When you're in front of an ATTCO Beam 230, you're in front of an ATTCO Beam 230. It's definitely a JMAS favorite. It's one of our hottest sellers. It's the light that moves the most. And any other questions from you guys? Any other comments? Anything else you guys want to share with us?
I think it's still super affordable.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like they say in Chile, una luca.
Una luca. Rapidito, oye. So guys, you gotta contact these guys, Sonido Live, if you need this light. Very affordable. Just una luca, 1,000, and you're good to go.
Hey, and if you buy two from them, they will throw in a case. I know everybody's wondering about that. Like, what about the case? You gotta have a case. I mean, you can only carry these things inside the package boxes for a few days before those boxes get wet and ripped, or if it drops, right? You gotta have them. Chris, anything else from you, brother?
Just come on by and I'll show you the showroom, and then from there we'll talk business.
Absolutely, guys. DJ Mike.
Cases.
Maybe an email that the people can email you if they have any question.
Or
Right
they
now?
could always visit our website, visit our Facebook, Instagram page. I'm pretty sure the link or it shows on the screen. Any questions, any quotes about any lights, anything.
Okay, so www.justmaslighting.com, and then in Instagram they can reach you guys. You can reach them guys, and also Chris has an email too. What's your email, Chris?
Well, we have the same email, so it's gonna be the same thing as I believe Josh on at sonidolife.com.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Mike, anything else from you, brother?
Cases. Carry your lights in cases. Cases are cool.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, and
Yeah,
I know that
cases protect the lights always, so that it's important to have the lights in the cases too.
all your gear. Absolutely.
All your gear,
Hey,
yeah.
and I know that maybe I didn't get a chance to say this in the beginning.
Cases. Get your cases.
Look at that.
There it is.
Brand new. Not even the wrap has came off. Brand new.
2 lights, free
Open
case,
it. Show us
$2,000.
the case. Chris, show us the case. Can you open it and show us the case? Kind of how it's look inside. The foam and all this. Look at this.
And then in the middle, you can put your
compartment.
accessories, clamps, you know, anything.
That's great.
Beautiful case. It has that shiny finish.
Okay. So once again, let's just not forget, if you're not a master at DMX, these units, put them on a totem, put them on top of speakers, and secure them, of course. And you can get a show like this where you got different pre-programmed shows, and the totem mode will keep the show on the dance floor. It will not go back to the back. It will not hit the padrinos on the right. It will not hit the madrinas on the left. It will keep the show right on the dance floor. That is totem mode. And Victor, take it away.
Absolutely, guys. I want to thank everybody for taking the time to view our live stream. We want to thank everybody who took the time to comment. Guys, make sure you stay tuned for next Friday's live stream. Send us a comment. Let us know what lights you guys want to see. Any specific functions you guys want us to put together for you. Maybe a tutorial, something like that would be very helpful. So, let us know. Hit us up. Besides that, you guys stay safe. Make sure you keep your distance. And again, thanks to everybody working those essential jobs. And hey, we look forward to being back together again, seeing each other at the shows. And stay safe, you guys. Remember, any questions, any comments, we'll be picking out a lucky winner to give them a free swag bag. And so, DJ PRECISA in the house. She's going to be with us in the Spanish live stream immediately after this one.
No, mi amor. Sorry, I was about to tell you that. You know that I gotta go work. I'm actually late.
Okay, PRECISA, thank you for being with us.
I'm supposed to be there at 5 and it's 5 o'clock, but I hope she's looking.
We didn't mean to keep you here too long, but we want to thank you again.
I can drive and continue with y'all. No problem.
We don't want you to be distracted. Keep your eyes on the road and just 2 hands on the wheel. Thanks for being here, guys. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Nice to meet you guys.